Following movements of the President Cyril Ramaphosa. Samkele, what's happening where you are?
Well, Desiree, at this point in time, we are waiting for the arrival of the president. In fact, his convoy just pulled up now at Hitekani Primary School in Chiawelo, where he will be voting. You can see with those visuals we are showing you now, there's a jubilation from those whom are in the ANC's regalia, whom are here to see their president, the president of the country, voting. The EFF is booing him on the opposite end as he arrives here in Chiawelo to cast his vote for his governing party, the African National Congress, and other political organizations which are contesting this election. He is voting here in Chiawelo, where he is originally from and where his sister resides. There have been issues of electricity in the area of Chiawelo and Soweto at large. In fact, when we were driving in here, we saw rubble on the streets of Soweto when the president and when we were driving in to this specific area. He is welcomed as he comes to vote here by the Premier of Gauteng, that would be David Makhura, and the Executive Mayor of the city of Johannesburg, Councillor Mpho Moerane. They are welcoming the president. They will be ushering him as he comes in to vote. A number of residents of this specific area have already arrived here and are voting. I'm just going to ask my colleagues to show you some of the residents whom are here. They are sitting in the queues waiting to cast their ballot papers. I see one specific voter and resident of the area who's wearing a t-shirt bearing the face of the incumbent president of the African National Congress. As she is seated in the line, the president will essentially be casting his vote. As I can show you at Desiree now, our colleagues are, I assume, showing you those visuals with the president walking the street of Chiawelo now alongside David Makhura. He is accompanied by the First Lady of the country, that would be his wife, as he is coming to cast his vote. David Makhura alongside him as well, and Executive Mayor Councillor Mpho Moerane. He will be going to the ANC marquee first to greet those supporters of the African National Congress who are sitting there and who are party agents of the governing party. As you can hear, those boos as well coming from the economic freedom fighters, whom have their own marquee next to the ANC's one. You've got Action SA as well, whom are amongst those whom are here as the president essentially comes to cast his ballot paper, accompanied by the First Lady. There is issues of service delivery here in Soweto. There are issues of electricity, with many people saying that the governing party may dip under 50% in these elections due to an electricity and power crisis in the country. Speaking to him over the weekend on Saturday, the president, in his capacity as president of the governing party, he did say that he does not think that the electricity crisis will play much of an effect in this particular election, but some are predicting that Action SA will provide a shocker in these results this year, as some projections have shown in their own internal polling that they may get over 30%. I know one independent research think tank has given Action SA about 14% in these elections. So in essence, as you've seen in the visuals where our colleague Yoli Sanjamela is at, former President Mbeki has casted his vote. He is saying he's not campaigning for any other party now. He is at a voting station and his vote remains a secret, as he did say back in 2009, and now a sitting president whom has pretty much said that his vote is not a secret. He votes for the governing party that he leads. He's coming here in Ward 11 in Chiawelo, where he grew up here in Soweto, to cast his ballot paper. One may ask, when last did he even attend a community meeting in this specific area, as he does not physically reside in Chiawelo. He resides in Hyde Park and also has a residence in Cape Town. But you are seeing the scrum that is currently there of media personnel that is trying to get that specific shot of the president as he comes in. There are also security personnel of the president asking for space so that we can also try and show those specific visuals of the president as he arrives here to cast his ballot and to vote for his party of choice. As you know that he he comes from this ward. He is accompanied by the First Lady. It also comes at a time after a grueling campaign for the governing African National Congress, as they had many issues, particularly relating to service delivery. There are service delivery protests. As he came in, there was rubble in this area of Soweto. There are issues of sewage in municipalities such as Mfuleni. People complaining about the lack of service delivery from the governing party, being plagued by allegations of fraud, corruption, and money laundering. You've also, my sister, you can't move the cables like that. We're live. We're live. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't say Aisuga. Don't do that. We are broadcasting here. We're working as much as you are. So there is the president essentially going to go in now and cast his ballot. He is going to be seated first and foremost in the queue as he goes to cast his ballot paper. He will be put into the queue to go and cast his ballot paper. He is now being seated, Desiree.
All right, as we were showing you that footage from Samkele, as Samkele was busy speaking over the activities of the president in the lead up to voting, we were also showing you on the side screen the deputy president of the ruling party and of the country, David Dabede Mabuza, voting in Barberton in Mpumalanga. And in a bit, we will take you to our